Welcome back, everybody. It's me, Alejandro Mendoza, or the Nerd Chicano. Either way how you say it, it's all good here. And we're back again for another video as we look at the next film in our Andrei Tarkovsky Retrospective series. And today we're going to be looking at his legendary science fiction film, Solaris, on Blu-ray from the Criterion collection. Of course, I hope that the video finds everybody well, and I hope that everyone is happy, healthy, and watching some great movies. I have been doing that as I've been, ramping up with some stuff for the podcast and stuff for review on this channel. I know it's been kind of unorganized, but I do have a little bit of clarification as to how the channel is going to be looking going forward. So as you can tell, I've been trying so hard to maintain my 2 reviews during the week, and it just hasn't been going that way. I still have steadily my cinema condition episodes going up, and I'm really excited about that. We've been doing some great episodes. I just recorded some new ones, so those are getting uploaded and ready to publish whenever that time comes. But for now, as how it's going to be going forward, whenever there's a cinema condition episode, so that week you only get 1 review, which is for now the Andrei Tarkovsky Retrospective that I'm doing. The following week, you're going to get 2 videos. You get my review and then my extra review. So it's going to be the same thing, except 1 week there's just going to be 1 review and 1 cinema condition episode. The next week it's 2 reviews. The week after that's cinema condition and a review. So that way I don't have to make 2 videos in a week, and it's hard for me to get to that with all the other stuff that I'm doing. But either way, it's going to be fine, and we're going to have a lot of fun with it, and I have some great films that I'm looking forward to discussing with you all. Of course, if you enjoy content about physical media and films in general, you should go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Leave a like on the video and click the notification bell when you are subscribing, so that way you don't miss a single piece of content that drops on the channel. If you want to go ahead and lend an extra helping hand, I am on Patreon under patreon.com/thenerdchicano. Check that out for early access to videos just like the one you're watching right now, and video essays at the lowest tier. Of course, it is appreciated, but it is not mandatory, so if you want to go ahead and check that out, it's fine. Either way, I'm glad that you're watching this video right now. But without further ado, let's go ahead and look at this film from legendary Russian director Andrei Tarkovsky. So I got this one a long while ago in Christmas of 2020, I believe. I got it from my wonderful friend Luis, who also gave me the Fellini set that I've covered on the channel already. And yeah, he gave me this one, and I was really happy, and I thank him so much for it. I don't know how the hell he was able to buy it, but he did, and I appreciate it from him. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and read the back for this, and then we're gonna go ahead and look at the packaging here. Andrei Tarkovsky's Solaris. Ground control has been receiving mysterious transmissions from the 3 remaining residents of the Solaris space station. When cosmonaut and psychologist Chris Kelvin is dispatched to investigate, he experiences the same strange phenomenon that afflict the Solaris crew, sending him on a voyage into the darkest recesses of his consciousness. With Solaris, the legendary Russian filmmaker Andrei Tarkovsky created a brilliantly original science fiction epic that challenges our conceptions about love, truth, and humanity itself. Included in this Blu-ray special edition is a high-definition digital restoration with uncompressed monaural soundtrack, audio commentary by Andrei Tarkovsky scholars Vida Johnson and Graham Perry, 9 deleted and alternate scenes, video interviews with actress Natalia Bondarchuk, cinematographer Vadim Yuzov, art director Mikhail Romadin, and composer Edward Artemyev. Excerpt from a documentary about Stanislaw Lem, the author of the film's source novel, plus a booklet featuring an essay by critic Philip Lopat and an appreciation by Akira Kurosawa. So this comes in at spine number 164 in the Criterion collection, and this is the front. This is the back. This is the spine. And then you open it up, and you have a booklet. This is the front booklet. This is the back. And you have the essays in here, the appreciation from Kurosawa, which I haven't read. I forgot that this actually had an appreciation from Kurosawa. There's not a lot of art here, y'all, but I mean, you have this right here, which is really nice. And of course you have the acknowledgements, the transfer notes, and all that stuff that that's usually included in these pamphlets. So then you have the Blu-ray disc with the background that's literally nothing, but yeah, there you go. This is the Blu-ray disc. And that's pretty much it for the packaging of this film. Now, let's go ahead and talk about this monumental film from an incredible director, Andrei Tarkovsky. This is another film that I watched a long while ago. I was just doing the same thing with the other ones. It was part of our Andrei Tarkovsky month, and we watched this film. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all, this might have been the one that confused me the most. But yet again, when it came to Tarkovsky, I knew that I felt something in me. I felt that I was connecting with these characters, and I was really gravitating towards the message that Andrei Tarkovsky is trying to describe and trying to pass along to the viewer, even though I'm having a hard time decoding that message. And it was a film that never lost me, but I did have my difficulty understanding it at the time. I never rewatched it after we did our month. The only film from Tarkovsky I've actually rewatched more than once is Stalker, which we're going to be discussing next. But that film was, gravitated more toward me. And this one just, I didn't get to rewatch it. And now that I had to sit down and rewatch it for this review here, I've got to say, this truly is the contemplative and methodical approach to science fiction that Andrei Tarkovsky knows how to craft well. It's a movie that includes every emotional tie that needs to be there to relay our character to the audience, so that way we can feel the gravity of the situation that's going down in the Solaris space station. Once Chris Kelvin steps into that station, really everything changes. I think that you have a film that is more grounded, is more centered around human emotion, existence, and about structure. And when it comes to all those three things, it crafts such a beautifully poetic masterpiece about love, about life, about humanity, about existence, that at times it can get difficult to understand it, but that's because, a lot of Tarkovsky's work is like this. You're not supposed to really understand it. You can feel it, and with that, you're going to get more knowledge about it and not fully understand the subject, but at least make your way to the idea of what Tarkovsky is trying to explain within the film. I love the cinematography. The music from Edward Artemiev is just incredible. I mean, he is truly one of the best collaborators that Tarkovsky ever worked with. I mean, it's in the way that you describe Fellini and Nino Rota, and John Williams and George Lucas with Star Wars, and they're just made for each other. And within this film, you have such an incredible score to pair it with. Of course, he's going to create his best score in the next film that we're going to discuss. But within Solaris, I've got to say, it has a great cinematography and a great soundtrack. And I think that it's just heightening this atmospheric approach to science fiction. And of course, everybody knows that this film was created because Tarkovsky was not a fan of 2001: A Space Odyssey. And I respectfully disagree with Tarkovsky. I think that 2001 is an incredible film. I think it's a masterpiece, and it's two different movies. These are very, very different films. But what Tarkovsky aims to do in this film is provide a more emotional look at science fiction, instead of a more analytical piece like 2001: A Space Odyssey. They both deal with existence, but this is more of an emotional approach to that subject matter. Solaris is one of Andrei's masterpieces and is a film that has stood the test of time. I think that it's a film that is meant to be studied, especially in the way that you adapt science fiction, because he's never made anything that's been close to source material, but this movie really does take that source material and make something special out of it without fully adapting the work. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and talk about the restoration. So I watched this Blu-ray on my 4K player on my TCL 4K TV, and I've got to say that I fell in love with the way that this looked on the TV. Before this, I had seen Solaris on, I believe, a Criterion channel. It might not even be the Criterion channel. Actually, I think I might have seen it on YouTube or something like that, because a lot of his films were up on YouTube at the time that were not uploaded by Mosfilm. But I saw it one way or another, if I remember correctly. But that print was really rough. I mean, they had so many rough scratches. There was a lot of skipping, a lot of just a lot of work to be done to restore the print. And man, this looks great on the upscaled version on my 4K TV. It actually makes me really want to see a 4K disc of Solaris. And once again, I'm saying it might be this one and Andrei Rublev that are the ones that can benefit well from 4K. But I really, really like the way that Solaris looks. The color registration with the TV looks beautiful. The resolution really heightens the contrast of the film, and it makes for the details to really stand out, especially the presence of the grain. The presence of the grain makes it look fantastic. I mean, it really does get you into the feel of this science fiction film from the 70s. And I was really, really appreciative that, you know, they kept to the original aspect ratio and they were able to, you know, bring out the details out of CinemaScope there, especially when you're, you know, balancing these black and white scenes and these color scenes. They all just mesh well together to create this beautiful picture quality from this great high definition digital restoration, which, man, this is an HD. This is not even 2K or 4K digital restoration, so I can only imagine what work is left to be done on this. But if this is the final print and this is how we're going to keep this film around, it looks great. And I can say the same about the audio. The audio has no trouble. There's no lack of balance within the dialogue and the score and sound effects. It all sounds great. Everything is balanced and it feels like it's coming out, you know, on par with our video restoration. And of course, there's no popping, there's no hissing, there's no scratching, there's just no problems with the actual audio track. So what else can you ask for? I mean, it's not, you know, surround sound or anything like that, but a film like this really doesn't need it. As long as you can hear things clearly and it sounds on par with our video restoration, then we're in good standing here. And I've got to say that Solaris is an incredible movie with a great restoration, both video and audio, and I highly recommend this during the July Barnes & Noble's Criterion sale. So if you haven't picked this up, make sure you pick this up. This could be your first Tarkovsky and you'll be fine with it, because this is truly what will open you up to Tarkovsky's main filmography style. But of course, if you'd like to keep up to date with me on all things social media, make sure you follow me at The Nerd Chicano on both Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, Letterboxd, and on Serialized. I'm the same handle on all of them. So let's go ahead and talk about some movies, guys. Check out The Nerdcore by checking out our website, thenerdcore.com, and our Twitch and YouTube at The Nerdcore. Same handle on both of those. We've been doing some great stuff, discussing some Christopher Nolan films and some Greta Gerwig films at the moment. Until then, my friends, we will see each other for the next review as we discuss Stalker. But remember, I'm not going to be doing a review of Mirror because I already have a review up for that on the channel. So I'm going to go ahead and put that up here for you all. Actually, up here, so that way y'all can see it. But without further ado, to my wonderful cinephiles and renowned scholars, celebrate the love of cinema today, tomorrow, and every day after. Catch you all on the next one, guys. Bye-bye.